So Venus is going retrograde tomorrow, and it's going to be retrograde for 40 days. And you're all rolling your eyes with me. Another retrograde to work with all the ones going on right now, and it's already a dumpster fire. So what do I do now? Hi, this is Jackie with Coventry Creations, and I have been having some amazing conversations with Storm Sestavani, and he's my favorite astrologer and Kabbalist and amazing guy all around, and we're talking about Venus retrograde, and it's a doozy. It is retrograde for 40 days, and it's going to bring your relationships and your financial matters into view. What doesn't work with them it's going to be highlighted, and it's just going to make it a little uncomfortable. So you can either avoid it, be dramatic about it, say, why is this so hard? Or you can take and use this retrograde energy that we talk about all the time and use it magically for your benefit. Because what does retrograde do? It makes you review everything to see what's important, what you're going to keep, what are you going to heal, what are you going to let go of. And so this retrograde with Venus, it might make your relationship struggle a bit. It will help you see where you're financially insecure. You might have to wait for a minute, or you might have to put a few more pieces of paper together to finish those finances, or maybe that unemployment check will finally come through. So how do you make Venus retrograde work for you? And here's how. Is you need to review, reflect, revise, and release. Every retrograde has those 4 R's because they're raw in retrograde. So we have some magical suggestions for you. First thing, review. Truth and justice candle. Sorry guys, you gotta see the truth of the situation. What's your part in it, not just what may be hidden from you. You gotta find what you're hiding from yourself. Truth and justice helps you get there because it is a little blind to your emotional reactions. It's just going to give you what's truthful. So it's time to review what's going on. Then you have a reflect. It's inner balance. The reflect is all about understanding what you want to keep, what you want to let go of. It's just reflecting, like, is this really what I want to be? I mean, listen, these past 2 months, we've all been reflecting way too much. Well, now let's make it productive with a Venus retrograde. I've been reflecting on some things over the last couple of months right along with you. I've shared a lot of that stuff with you. Now, tomorrow it goes retrograde for 40 days, Venus, that is. And I'm going to spend some time really reflecting on what is important to me in relationships. And it might be that I'm fighting the wrong battle. It might be that I need to pay more attention to people in my relationships. It might be that I'm paying too much attention to somebody. Who knows? Because I'm going to spend some time and I'm going to reflect on that. And that's what this candle is about. Inner balance, if you couldn't see that. Now you need to revise. And that's the stability candle. Revise your plan. Revise what you're going to work with. So you've reviewed, you've reflected, you've gotten some new truths, you've found what's important to you, you found some balance with it. So now it's time to revise the plan. What do you want to keep? What do you don't want to keep? And this allows you the stability to get rooted in what's really truthful for you, what's needed for you. Now, the last thing you're going to do is release. And that is this baby, Poof. The Wicked Witch Mojo Dorothy Morrison Poof candle. Because when you're ready to release it, you need a little help to cut those ties. And I see that Brendan is talking about, it's definitely about self-respect. And that's what this process is. This is self-respect, reviewing, reflecting, revising, and releasing. This is self-care more than the bonbons or the half gallon of ice cream. This is what real self-care looks like, to do all these steps. Now, do you burn them all at once, or do you burn them one at a time? Venus is in retrograde for 40 days. You got a minute. It's okay if you don't do it all right away. Start one at a time. Light the truth and justice candle. And if it's not this candle, you can use pretty much any candle that you want. Just set the intent for it, put the oils on it, whatever it is that you need to do. You can do this with stones. You can do this with spiritual baths. This is just the energy I'm talking about. Of course, I love it when you buy the candles. You don't need this all the time, it's the best, but find out what works for you. So spend some truth energy on reviewing. Give yourself a day or two. Don't be in a rush. Then the next one, the inner balance, light that one next. Give yourself a little time to reflect. Now, if you're going to move from one to the other without the candle being done, that's totally fine. You can do one day after the other. You can continue to cycle this, which is, I know you're going to. You might do 1, 2, 3, 4 days, or 1, 2, 3, 4 hours, be sat for a little while, and then have to start all over again. And then revise. I love ink magic. And for me, ink magic is pen and paper. Here's my list. Here's what I want to do. Oh, this list doesn't work anymore. I'm going to burn that. I'm going to start another one. Oh, this is what I want to let go of. I'm going to write it all down. I'm going to say it aloud, and I'm going to flush it down the toilet. I love pen and ink magic because it makes it real and tangible. And then poof, release. But do it one at a time and then move on to the next one. If it's 4 hours, 4 days, 4 weeks, you've got a little time, or every 10 days because you got 40 days, you got 4 candles. It's okay. You're going to survive Venus retrograde. All of the retrogrades are here to help you find and release what no longer serves you. So celebrate the retrograde because you're done with this lesson. This is Jackie from Coventry Creations. Keep it magic, my friends.